vectors in the figure below, vector OA is equals to A, vector OB is equals to B, M is the midpoint of OA, and AN ratio NB is equals to 2:1. So the figure is there. So let us put those ratios. So M is the midpoint. So M is the midpoint of OA. So if M is the midpoint of OA, then the ratio here is 1:1. Then the other one is this ratio, AN ratio NB is equals to 2:1. So this is 2 and this is 1. We go down to the questions. A, express in terms of A and B. Part 1, vector BA. Part 2, vector BN. Part 3, vector ON. Part B of the question, given that vector BX is equals to HBM and vector OX is equals to KON, determine the values of H and K. So those are the questions. Let's go straight to the solution. Now we're going to begin with the first part, that is getting this vector, part A part 1, that is getting vector BA. So how do we get vector BA? Now in vectors, it's all about direction. So how do we move from B to A? Which route are we going to follow from B to A? So we're going to start from B to O, then O to A. So BO. So to move from B to A, we move from B to O, then from O to A. That is how we get a vector BA. So what is BO? BO. Now when you look at this direction, we are moving B to O, we are moving in the opposite direction of that arrow, since we are given that OB is equals to B. Since we are moving in the opposite direction, BO, we are going to write that one with a negative sign. So vector B will be negative. So this will be negative B. So BO will be negative B. Then OA is given, it is A. Or this one you can write it like this, A minus B. The same thing. So that is how we get the first part of the question. So we go to the second part, and the second part is BN, vector BN. So how do we move from B to N, from this point B to N? Now we shall just use this line or this vector BA, since we have this ratio. N is dividing AB into ratio 2:1. So therefore BN will be given by 1/3 BA. And here you need to be very careful. It is not 1/3 or 1 divided by 3 AB, since we are moving in this direction BA. We are not moving in the direction AB. So therefore BN will be 1/3 BA. So this will be 1/3 BA. That BA, which will be given by 1/3 BA is what we have already obtained in the first part of the question, which is here, and it is A minus B. We already have that. So working out these, we get 1/3. 1/3. I have to rub something here. So you get 1/3 into brackets. This is A minus B is equals to, when you open these, you get 1/3 A minus 1/3 B. So that is vector BN. We go to the other part, which is ON, vector ON. Now that is part 3. Now part 3, ON. So how do we get ON? How do we move from O to N? So to move from O to N, we will follow this direction, O to A, then A to N. So ON is given by OA plus AN. OA plus AN, OA plus AN, and OA is A given by vector A, then AN, need to look at this ratio now. We are moving in this direction, AN, so AN will be given by 2/3 because of this ratio, N is dividing AB, so it will be 2/3 AB, 2/3 AB. So AN is equals to 2/3 AB. This one you get A plus 2/3, and then we get vector AB. Now vector AB, write it here. To move from A to B, we can follow this route, A to O, then from O to B. Move from A to B, we follow this, A to O, O to B, and AO, look at AO, we're moving in the opposite direction, so that will be negative A plus OB is B. So this one you can still write it as B minus A, it's the same thing. So AB is B minus A. So this is a B minus A. So this one you get A plus 2/3 B minus 2/3 A, and this is what you get. So you get A, when you take A, subtract 2/3 A, you get 1/3. This will give 1/3 A plus 2/3 B. So that is vector ON. Now we have obtained vector BA, we have obtained vector BN, and we have obtained vector ON. Now let's go to now the second part of the question, where you're given that BX, vector BX is equals to HBM and OX is equals to KON. Determine the values of H and K. Now the reason why you're given these ones, these two, is to enable you to come up with two expressions of the same vector using the two, and those two expressions of the vector that you're going to have, each of them, one of them must have OX and the other one must have BX. So which vector are you going to write in two ways, to express in two ways, in order to be able to get the values of H and K? So you'll be guided by these vectors that are here. So when you look at these, the vector that you can express in two ways, ensuring that you are using, in those two ways, you are using these vectors that are here, BX and OX, is vector OX, is vector OX. So if we express vector OX in two ways, there's something that you know. The first way of expressing OX, of course, would be these, which you have here, KON. That is the first one, KON, where K is the scalar. So that is the first one. The second one, the second expression of OX must utilize vector BX. We must ensure that we use in each those two expressions, one expression must use OX, the other expression must use BX. So how do we express OX and ensure that we use BX? Which route are we going to follow? We can move from O to B. If you look at this route, if you move from O to B, then B to X, we have used BX. So OB plus BX. So OB plus BX. Now you can see we have expressed that, and we have ensured that we have used this expression here, and you have used this expression BX. So now let's go to the first one. Before we go to that, you'll notice that this one will be OB plus BX is already what we have been given here. BX is given as HBM. So here we shall have HBM. Let's go to the first expression of OX, which is KON. This is easy because we already got ON. Vector ON is here. It is a third A plus 2/3 B. A third A plus 2/3 B. So that one is not a problem. So it is already there. So opening these, you get a third Ka plus 2/3 Kb. So that gives the first expression of OX. Let's go to the second expression of OX. OX is equals to OB plus HBM. Vector OB is given as B. That one is not a problem. Then when you come to this, we have to get vector BM. Vector BM. How do we get vector BM? Now from here, how do we move from B to M? From B to M, we can move from B to O to be given by BO plus OM. Then vector BO moving in the opposite direction will be negative B. OM, since M is dividing OA in the ratio 1:1, it's the midpoint, it will be a half OA because we're moving in this direction OM. So, and this will give negative B plus a half OA will be a half A. And this one you can write it as a half A minus B. It is still the same. So that is how we get vector BM. By simply using this root B to O, then O to M. B to O is negative B, then OM is a half of OA. And a half OA is a half A. So BM is a half A minus B, a half A minus B. So this will be a half A minus B. So opening this, you get B plus a half HA minus HB. So here we have now the second expression. Now we have expressed OX in two ways. The first way is that, and the second way is here. Since these are two expressions of the same thing, OX, so we can take this expression and equate it to these because they are actually representing the same thing. So I will take a third Ka. So the second, so equate the two expressions of OX. And this is what I'm going to do. So the first expression is a third Ka. So a third Ka plus 2/3 Kb. 2/3 Kb is equals to, the second expression here is B plus half HA minus HB. So once you've done that, the other step is now to pick. You just look at these two expressions and pick the ones that have got vector A. So this one has vector A and this one has vector A. So you can take them and equate them. So I will take a third Ka is equals to, on the right hand side, I have HA. So from there you can see you have vector A on the left hand side, and on the right hand side you have vector A. So you can drop vector A on both sides. You can drop it, or simply you can divide both sides of the equation, that is the left hand side and the right hand side, by vector A. So when you divide or you drop, this is what you'll get. You will get a third K is equals to a half H. Having these, you can modify these and express K as the subject of this expression, of this equation. Making K the subject, you just multiply both sides of this equation by 3, and this is what you get. K is equals to 3/2 H. So that is very important. We are going to hold that because it is going to help us to get the solution. Now, the first one we have looked at instances where you have vector A. Now the other one, we shall now use equate vectors that are having B, like this one is having B, this one is having B, this one is having B. So if we pick that 2/3 KB, we pick these 2/3 KB is equals to, on the right hand side we have 2 B minus HB, B minus HB. So again, you can see that vector B is common in each of these terms. So if I drop vector B, in all these three terms, or simply you can divide each term by vector B, and this is what you shall have. 2/3 K is equals to, divide these, you get 1 minus H. So we're simply dividing every term by vector B, or dropping vector B. Now once we have that, since in the first one we made K the subject, it is here, we can also make K the subject here. And to make K the subject, we can multiply each term of this equation by the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. So when you multiply 2/3 K times 3/2, reciprocal over 2/3, you get K. This one will give 1 times 3/2, you get 3/2. Then this will give 3/2 multiplied by H, 3/2 H. So we're simply making K the subject, and we are multiplying by the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. Each term must be multiplied. Now you have these. Now you have this value of K, and you have the other value of K. So this first value of K is equals to 3/2 H. K is equals to 3/2 H. So using these two, we can manage now to get the value of K. So this is K and this is K. So I can equate them. So we can take 3/2 minus 3/2 H is equals to 3/2 H, because they're expressing the same thing. So this is K, this is K. So this will give 3/2 is equals to, if I take this to the other side, you get 3/2 H plus 3/2 H. And this will give 3/2 is equals to 6/2, which will be 3H. So therefore H will be given by 3/2 times a third times H. And this will give H is not times H, I think something wrong here. So H is equals to, there's no H here. So I'm simply trying to solve for H, so multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of 3, which is 1/3, and this is what you get. So this will give a half. So H is equals to 1/2, or half. Getting K now will be easier, because K, you can use one of these expressions. K is equals to 3/2 H. K is equals to 3/2 H. And since you have H as a half, so K will be 3/2 times the value of H, which is a half, you obtain. And this will give K as 3/4. It will be a quarter. So as simple as that. So that is simply how you're supposed to obtain the values of H and K. So we have got the value of H as a half and the value of K as 3/4. Now we have answered now the whole question, since you're only required to determine the values of H and K, and that is how you're supposed to solve that question.